Don't get a real estate license. If you are a wholesaler right now looking to get your real estate license because you think it's gonna make you a better wholesaler or make you so much more money in wholesaling real estate, you are completely wrong and the real estate gurus have messed you up. In today's video, I'm gonna explain exactly why you should never get a real estate license at all. Do not become a realtor, especially when you're looking to do wholesaling real estate. Now, I should argue you should just never get a real estate license at all because you should just wholesale houses instead, which is obviously gonna make you more money per hour. But honestly, it's up to you. But if you're looking to wholesale real estate and wholesale houses, and you're looking to add on a real estate license, that's a terrible thing to do and probably something you should never even consider. And I'm gonna share with you exactly why you shouldn't do that and the very, very niched out reason why I'll only give you one pass to get your license only in one certain situation. We'll break it all down. But before I break it down, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So getting a real estate license, a lot of people give you the biggest pros of it. And let me just break down some of the pros of getting a real estate license, especially in wholesaling real estate and virtual wholesaling. First and foremost, most wholesalers will tell you that get a license type course or wholesaling MLS course. You should be a real estate agent and wholesale houses because the MLS has over 95% of all sold homes going through it, which means if there's 100 houses that sell, around 95 to 97 of those 100 houses were sold exclusively on market with the MLS. That means you're only going after 5% of the type of houses out here, and really you could probably 20x your profits, which they're implying, if you just wholesale on the MLS. And I can tell you right now, as somebody that makes millions of dollars wholesaling real estate, if I was able to 20x my profits by just going exclusively on market, I would be making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars every single year by just 20xing my business. Now, trust me, I would love to 20x my current real estate wholesaling business, and I've tried the MLS wholesaling and it doesn't work like that. The reason because of this is yes, 95% of all houses go through the MLS, but let me give you a big statistic. 95% of real estate sellers who sell their pieces of real estate want to get the most for the house. They want the most money, and money is the sole determining factor of why they're looking to sell their house. That's their motivation. They want to sell it for the biggest price possible. I know it sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. If I talk to the average person who wants to sell a house, do they want to sell for 70% of what it's worth or 100% of what it's worth? 95% of the time, they are going to say they want to sell it for the most possible. And guess what? That's where real estate agents, realtors, and all these real estate professionals with licenses, that's what it's all about. They have to usually get loans, inspections, all those great things that keep the real estate market going. And heck, I'm not bashing real estate agents or realtors at all. They fill the need of around 95% of all real estate transactions. The issue is that 5% that are ugly houses with a lot of motivated sellers in tough situations that just want to get rid of the property for cash. We're the pawn shops of the real estate industry. We're the used car salesman type thing. You trade in the car for a discount. You know you're not selling it for top dollar, but because of the speeding convenience for cash, you just want to get rid of it. These are the ugly houses. Don't want your family members or your friends seeing the disgusting house that you have you're trying to get rid of, and I completely get it. Real estate wholesalers should only go after 5% of sellers out here. The other 95% that want to get the most of the house, I always refer them to a realtor, and realtors always get paid. That's the biggest misconception I see so many people have, that, oh, if I go in the MLS, it's so much bigger. No, it's not. You're just dealing with people that want to sell that for the most, and maybe 1 out of 3, 4, 500 of those even will consider a cash offer for a discount, but overall, it's not worth it. Number 2 big pro I see is if I'm a real estate agent or a real estate licensed person, sellers are automatically going to put me over a pedestal over anybody else because I'm such a superior being and such a better person. No, that's not how it works. It actually really confuses a lot of sellers out here. If you're a real estate agent saying, I'm looking to buy your house, people get confused. They're like, are you looking to list my house or looking to buy it? And honestly, I could go into this a little more, but a lot of my top real estate acquisitions people are actually licensed agents. So honestly, I haven't really had a problem with it. But none of my motivated sellers have said, oh, you're a real estate agent? Wow, that changes everything. No, they're looking to sell their house for cash. If you got the money, that's all that matters. Now, before the internet trolls are like, oh, Zach, you're talking smack, but your acquisitions agents all have real estate licenses. Well, they got real estate licenses before they actually joined my company, and they figured out working for me makes them a lot more money than being a real estate agent. Wink, wink. Now, the first reason why you should not get a real estate license is number one, it's going to be a huge distraction. Most people think, oh my gosh, I get a real estate license, I can wholesale real estate, and if the person wants to sell it for the most, I'll just list their house like that. It does not work like that at all. Now, yes, with my team, we do make hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions from our real estate wholesaling leads that just want to sell for the most. Overall, I have to go through thousands and thousands and thousands of leads for just $100,000 in commissions, and honestly, it's not worth it at all. And we usually outsource the realtor work going on there. You are going to get so distracted trying to list somebody's house, it's going to take away from your wholesaling real estate, your marketing, your dispositions, and your acquisitions, that you're actually going to end up making less money. And really at this point, it's like working a part-time job and a full-time job together. It just makes it a lot more difficult. You're literally working as a realtor and a real estate wholesaler at the same time, and it's just going to split your time and actually stop you from making money in wholesaling. And we know you get paid more per hour by wholesaling houses than being a broke realtor. Number two, most people don't talk about this on YouTube, but having a real estate license is a liability. It is not an asset. First of all, you have to have what we call a broker daddy, which is kind of a funny term, but it's true. You actually turn into a kid and you have parents to tell you what to do. They're literally your broker daddy. They're your father. They tell you what you can't do and what you can do. They can put you grounded. They can take money out of your bank account. They can do a lot of crazy stuff. Having a real estate broker is literally just having a new boss telling you what to do. On top of that, too, with a broker, they're going to actually want some of your fees. Now, not every real estate broker does it, but if you hang your license with a bad broker, they're going to want a cut of all your real estate wholesaling assignment fees, and that's a bad thing, too. There are broker fees you have to pay every single year, and oh, I'm just going to use my favorite guru's broker. No, that favorite guru's broker is going to charge you thousands of dollars every single year just to have a real estate license with them. There's errors and emissions insurance you have to do. You have to pay the real estate board. You have to pay the Realtors Association. You have to do all these things. And doing all that stuff is going to cut you out of doing real estate wholesaling deals. You're going to have to spend time redoing your license and getting your license. And honestly, with all that hassle and all that money, if you just spent that into real estate wholesaling, you just do a lot better. I would argue with most people watching this, with the amount of money that you spend getting a real estate license, if you spent that money on just doing probate mailers, you would probably end up $15,000, $20,000, even $30,000 ahead than most realtors starting out, because you just got a wholesaling deal. Number three, I've said this before, but wholesaling on market or MLS wholesaling sucks so much more compared to off market. The reason being is every single type of MLS deal, the person does want to entertain an offer. You got to give a lowball offer, but you got to submit it every single time, and it's a really tedious process. I have to do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of offers on the MLS before I even get somebody who will even counter me or do kind of an acceptable deal. On top of this too, when you have an MLS deal, you have to go to a cash buyer, and the cash buyer has something called the cash buyer FOMO syndrome, which basically means if you have a deal and it's on the MLS listed for $100,000, you get it under contract for $70,000 and you try to sell it to a cash buyer for $80,000, they're going to publicly see the price, which is a big advantage we have in off-market wholesaling, where they don't really see what price you have it under contract for until the assignment comes up and they're already committed to the deal. So if they see that you're selling the deal to them for $80,000 and they go to the MLS and see the property's listed right now for $100,000, they're going to say, you know, I could just call that agent myself, or I could have done this myself and cut you out. Why would I even buy this deal? And a lot of cash buyers unfortunately had that syndrome, and they're not getting off of it. I see a lot of people try to convince people on market properties or FSBOs, you know, I did the comps and the property's actually worth $150,000. They just listed it so low and I even got a discount on that. It's not true. If the property's been sitting there for 3 or 4 months and it's getting literally zero activity and you got a 20% discount, that's so stupid. Like, no cash buyer wants that. They want bigger discounts. My average cash buyer for an MLS deal wants at minimum at least a 30% discount off the listing price, versus off market, where I'm dealing with people that don't want to sell it for the most, which are more willing to give a discount on the property, and we get insider information, which makes us a lot more money in wholesaling. And remember, it's 100% completely legal. Number 4, why you shouldn't get a real estate license. First of all, there's a big guru conspiracy, and I want to reveal it right now. Every single person on YouTube right now that is telling you to get a real estate license, either number 1, sells a course about wholesaling on the MLS, or number 2, is trying to get you to sign up for their brokerage where they can charge you thousands of dollars and get a cut out of that. Same thing with me. Why do I tell you to hit that like button, subscribe? Because it leads to more people subscribing to this YouTube channel, which means I can send more JV deals, which makes me more money. I'm pretty blatant with it. I make a lot of money doing this YouTube channel. I get a lot of wholesaling deals. Duh, you see why I'm trying to teach you wholesaling real estate for free. Why am I making this video for you? So you don't get a license, so you can actually make more money in wholesaling, and the more money you make in wholesaling, the more content you consume, and maybe you do more deals and you can send some of those deals for me and I make more money. When you make money, I make money. The problem here, there's a lot of real estate gurus that are actually real estate licensed agents themselves, so they have real estate licenses, and they want to make money off of charging you for a real estate license. They're the realtors of the realtors, and they want to have their own little brokerage where they can just charge you, and they don't really want you to make money. They just want to charge you $2,000 or $3,000 every single year to be in their special wholesaling brokerage, and you just got to pay them money every single month. It's pretty stupid. I never have YouTubers or big wholesalers that tell you to not get a real estate license that are actual agents. It's like dealing with a vegan. If you ever talk to a vegan, and I'm not making fun of the vegans out here, but if I talk to a vegan, within 30, 45 seconds of a conversation, they say you should be a vegan. If I talk to a CrossFitter, they're gonna come up to me and say you should do CrossFit. If I talk to a person that loves fishing, they're gonna say you should do fishing. Same thing with real estate agents that are wholesalers. Real estate agents that are wholesalers are gonna try to convince you to go in their little cult of being a licensed real estate agent so they can validate their feelings for themselves. Why do you think I say you should probably be a Miami Dolphins fan and you should not be a fan of any other sports team? Because the Dolphins are the greatest team. Am I delusional on it? Yes, but at least you understand why, because the Dolphins are the best. Number 5, we already talked about our broker daddy, right? But here's something way worse than having a broker daddy. You can actually get your wholesaling deals stolen from the real estate board by legally wholesaling real estate. That is right. That's the last point I want to give to you. Me and Rick have gone on record multiple times sharing stories about how licensed real estate agents get complaints from sellers and other realtors about how they made $30,000 or $40,000 on an assignment fee and they didn't feel like it was part of the board's ethical practices. And for whatever reason, the board found that these wholesalers are legally in the right to get $40,000, but because they signed the special commitment and the bylaws of the realtor, they had all the rights in the world to steal that person's assignment fees. And do you know what that means for yourself? That means at any time someone can complain that you made too much money on a deal and the realtor board can take it away from you. This is just like being part of a fraternity and joining their stupid little rules. When the fraternity says you have to drink 15 shots of tequila, well, you sign the covenants in the fraternity saying you have to do that. Now, if that frat goes to me and says you have to drink 15 shots of tequila, I'm gonna say, I'm not part of your stupid little frat cult. I don't have to do it. But if I am part of the frat and I join the little rules, I have to abide by the rules and commands. Because I didn't sign something saying I'm part of the realtor board or I'm licensed under a broker daddy, they can't do jack squat when I make $40,000. Because my $40,000 I made was 100% legal, and the only person that I am ever beholden to is the law. That's the last and most important part. Because I'm not a real estate agent, I'm only beholden to the laws of the United States of America federally and for my state's laws. That's right. When you're a real estate agent and you're wholesaling, you're beholden to the federal law, the state law, and then you're beholden to whatever rules and regulations anybody on the real estate board or the board of realtors says. That's just an extra piece of law you have to do that has no legal bearing at all. So what's the moral of the story? Do not get a real estate license. It's gonna hamper you, it's gonna damper you, it's gonna make you less money, and it's gonna just waste your time and become a huge distraction. Now, the only example I can tell you of why you should probably get a real estate license is if you live in Illinois. Illinois is the only state out here that is really weird about laws that you have to be a real estate agent to wholesale more than 1 to 2 deals a year. And I will say, after looking at all 50 states, Illinois is probably the only place if you're gonna wholesale locally, you should probably get a real estate license because the pros actually outweigh the cons in that state. There's actually multiple states, I don't want to give any hints, that have these laws that say you have to have a real estate license to wholesale. There's only one state that had that, and the bill didn't pass, and the actual sponsorship got withdrawn. If you wanna go in the comments, I'm not gonna say anything else because I'm not giving you legal advice. But right now, if you're in Illinois, I would get a real estate license. Outside of there, don't do it at all. Now, frankly, guys, if you want to have any fun, the only people in the comments I could probably guess that are going to say something bad about this video are going to be real estate agents. Licensed real estate agents will always have a problem when I say something bad about having a license. Vegans get mad at me when I say something bad about being a vegan because they're vegans. The reason why people in the comments are going to say something mean is because they're probably real estate agents. So just check yourself before you see a hate comment. But overall, guys, let me know your thoughts. If you're a real estate agent and you like this, let me know why. If you're a real estate agent and you don't agree with me, just let me know. But honestly, this is the truth I've seen from helping hundreds of thousands of wholesalers out here so you can have wholesaling real estate success. Guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.